So in the previous video, we looked at this initializing the project, and in this video, we are going to be looking at project management. So we went ahead, initialized the GitHub project, and added collaborators to that project. So how do those collaborators now work on the project? If you don't manage the project well, the project can't lead to good results. So we need to manage that project. And the way we'll do that is using projects, which is in GitHub as well. So if we come to this project we created initially in the previous tutorial, we can go ahead and create projects. And this is where we are going to be managing the project to give visibility for other developers. See here that GitHub tells you that welcome to projects. Built like a spreadsheet, project tables give you live canvas to filter, sort, and group issues and pull requests. Tailor them to your needs with custom views, saved views. Okay, we are going to zoom right into projects, and we are going to link a project. Which is sure if you don't have a project already created, you need to create a new project. So we are going to go right ahead and create a project. Okay, so we have the project. We need to give the project a project name. I'm just going to call it let's just say project test project. Or you can give the project the same name of your app. That way you can associate the project with your app. I'm just going to give it team project, and I'm going to go ahead and create the project. Okay, so we have a project created. And we have this basic canvas which GitHub has given us to be able to manage this our project. If you go to let's take board view. Let's take the board view. Yeah. So you see that with the board view, you have different views of your project. So you have these different stages a task in a project can go through. So basically, project items are called tasks, which are assigned to different people working on the project. We usually have four of these. So you can go ahead and create a new column. And this column is what we are going to call the backlog. It's what we are going to call the backlog. Backlog. Save. So you have created a new column called the backlog. We normally move this backlog to the first position so that we start from backlog. Then we have to dos. Then we have in progress, and we have done. And we create items for different users. When you create an item for a different user, for example, in the backlog, you can have an item for a user, which is the first column, as I told you guys. You can have an item for a user to, like, let's say, create new future. You specify the future. Let's just say create new future. No problem. I'm going to do that. So you have this item we just created. We convert this item into an issue, and you specify the project for which. Remember what team project. So I'm going to choose team project here, and we have basically converted this item into an issue. And the good thing with issues is that with an issue you have more properties you can specify. Like you can add additional description to the item. You can add the assignee, the person to work on the item. You can add additional levels, milestones, status, and all of this. And that's very interesting because it gives visibility. You can specify different tasks for different people on the project. They start with the backlog. When they work on that project, they can move it to do, in progress, and done. So let me quickly go ahead and show you guys this in play with the project I've already created. So I'm going to go to projects for this project. I'm going to go to projects. So you see that I created a project here for this project, and in project, that's where we are going to do the project management. So on this project, you notice that we have the different four main columns as I talked about. We have backlog, to do, in progress, and done. So the backlog is where we store all the different tasks which we have programs we done in the future. We don't know the exact time when we are going to be doing those tasks, but they are going to be here. You see that I mentioned, I gave some description to this column. List of tasks to be worked on in the future. A store for future task ideas is what we keep in the backlog. In the to-dos, we have tasks to work on this week. In extreme cases, can last 2 weeks. So that's the general idea. To do tasks are tasks which should be done very quickly. I notice that I have different people assigned to this task, different people in the team assigned to this task, and they have to look at this and work on it. And what they do is when they work on this task in the to do, they are going to move the task to in progress. Let's say, for example, I had finished working on this task. I'm going to move this task to in progress. Sorry, let's assume I want to start working on the task because the task is in to do. It has not yet been started. I'm going to move it to in progress. And once I move it to in progress, all the other team members on this team know I am currently working on this project. And when the project is done, I'm going to move it to done. I'm going to carry it and place in done so that all the other team members know I'm done with the project. I'm done with the task. I'm going to move it back to do to prevent breaking this project. So you notice that these are tasks which have already been done. All these ones on the done column are tasks which have been done. And you have the different users who accomplish this task. So that's interesting because when you are working on the project, you are going to be assigning tasks to different users. I want to be able to track which user has worked on which task and maybe in the future come back and look at it. That's interesting. And all these columns are really what are going to help you manage them. Look at the backlog with its description, to do's with its description, in progress, which is the task people are working on, and the done column, which is when the task is completed. And that's generally it for project management and giving visibility to the team members on what tasks they are working on. So guys, give this video a like if you liked it because I'm going to be releasing more videos like this and we're going to continue on the next video which is version control and collaboration.